Hello everyone. So in the last class you have learnt about the culture system. So today let us know about some of the Indian major carps and exotic carps. So the Indian major carps are fin fishes native of India. They are indigenous fishes. They belong to the family Cyprinidae. So some of the followings are Katla katla, Lebiorohita, Sirinus mrigala, Clarius batrachus, Channa striatus and Mugil carsula. So these are the Indian major carps are cultured in ponds, rivers and dams. They are cultured by monoculture, polyculture and integrated culture method. So here integrated culture method means culture of fishes along with agriculture or animal husbandry or salt industry. So that is calling as a integrated fish culture. So rearing of fishes in paddy fields is an integrated fish culture. So here these carps are cultured by monoculture, polyculture and integrated culture method. So let us first know about the Katla katla. So the Katla katla is Indian measure carp, is an Indian measure carp. It is commonly called carp. So it is an indigenous fish native of India and it is a freshwater fish living in the river. So you can see in this figure. So it has a deep and oblong body. Okay, so deep and oblong body with large head. So head is large here, wide mouth with prominent lower jaws are present. So the lower lip has a continuous transverse fold. So the lower lip is larger than the upper lip. So the dorsal side is blackish grey and the lateral sides are silvery in color. Okay, so dorsal is convex. So you can see here. So dorsal is somewhat convex. So it has paired pectoral fins and pelvic fins and an anal fin, a single dorsal fin and a caudal fin. So the caudal fin is bilobed or forked tail which contains a fin race. So here the caudal fin is bilobed and homocircle. So here homocircle means a tail in which the last vertebrae adjoins modified bony elements which supports the fin race in such a manner that the tail fin outwardly appears symmetrically. So you can see here the tail is a forked tail. Okay, so then the scales are cycloid and the Katla katla is a surface feeder which feeds on zooplankton and it is a fast grower. It grows to a maximum length of 1.8 meter and its weight is 4.5 kg. So in 1 year it attains 2 kg. So this fish can be cultured by monoculture, polyculture and integrated fish culture. It can breed artificially by hypophysation. It breeds in river during rainy season. So this is about the Katla katla. So next, Lebiorohita. It is commonly calling as Rohu. So Rohu is an Indian measure carp and it is a freshwater bony fish and it lives in the river. So hence it is an indigenous fish native of India. So rohu is having a spindle shaped body. So you can see in this figure. So here body is spindle shaped body. And the color of the body is bluish or greyish on the dorsal side. And the lateral sides are silvery in appearance. So here mouth is subterminal. And the lips are thick and fringed with inner transverse fold above and below. So there is one pair of barbels. So here presence of one pair of barbels. It contains pectoral fins, pelvic fins, anal fin, dorsal fin and caudal fin. So in this fish also the caudal fin is homocircle and bilobed. And here scales are cycloid scales. And this rohu is live in the middle column of water. So it is called column feeder. So rohu feeds on filamentous algae. It breeds during monsoon period. So rohu is distributed in Godavari and Krishna rivers and it attains a weight of 1 kg in 1 year and it grows up to 1 meter. So this fish also cultured in polyculture, monoculture and integrated fish culture. So this is about the Labiorrhota characteristics. Then next is Sirenus mrigal. So this fish is commonly calling as a mrigal fish. So Sirenus mrigala is a riverine fish and it is commonly calling as mrigal. So it is an Indian carp and native of India. So you can see here. So the mouth is subterminal and not fringed. Okay, so mouth is subterminal and not fringed. Body is dark grey on the dorsal side and the ventral side is orange colored. It has wide mouth and thin lips and it has a pair of barbels. The fin includes pectoral fin, pelvic fin, anal fin, dorsal fin and caudal fin. So it has cycloid scales. So mrigal feed item consists of mud, algae and decaying vegetation. So it is a detritivorous fish. It is a bottom feeder. It breeds during monsoon flood. It can attain a weight of 0.8 kg in 1 year. So it can be cultured in monoculture, polyculture and integrated fish culture. So this is about the mrigal. So next is Clarias batrachus. So Clarias batrachus is common name is catfish. It lives in fresh water and brackish water. Its head and tail are vertically compressed. Okay, so here see head and tail vertically compressed. The head is covered with bony plates dorsally and ventrally. So scales are absent here. So there is no scales. So the head bears 4 pair of barbels around the mouth. You can see here on the surrounding mouth presence of 4 barbels. The barbel function as feelers. So the eyes are reduced in size. The dorsal fin is long and spineless. Nodi illi spines illa. Okay, dorsal finnige. So dorsal fin is long and spineless. Anal fin is long but not confluent with the caudal fin. So caudal fin is here round. Okay, so somewhat round in shape here. So the pectoral fins are provided with the spines. So pectoral spinನಿಗೆ spines ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು pectoral ಫಿನ್ನಿಗೆ spines ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So hence it is a poisonous fish. It contains an air bladder and accessory respiratory organs in the form of dendriform organs. So it can travel from swamp to swamp along damp grassland. So it is a highly nourishing food fish. It can live for a long time outside water. It is an air breathing fish. Okay, so this is about the Clarias. Now next, Channa striatus. So here the Channa striatus. So it is also Indian fish. So the Channa striatus, observe the figure here, the striped snake head. It is a species of snake head fish. So it is a native to South and Southeast Asia. It grows up to a meter in length. So it is important food fish in its entire native range and is of considerable economic importance. So the body is dark brown in color with faint black bands, so visible across its entire body. So you can see here presence of a long dorsal fin and presence of pectoral fin, pelvic fin and fan shaped caudal fin. So snake headed, so presence of snake like a head, so here hence it is calling as this striped snake head. Okay, so this is about the Channa striatus. So next is Mugil carsula. So Mugil carsula, so it is also a native is India, native of India. So Mugil, common name is mullet. It is cultivated in brackish water ponds. So here the head is flattened. Two dorsal fins are widely separated. The tail is homocircle. Presence of ctenoid scales. They ascend rivers for breeding. Okay, so this is about the Mugil carsula. Then let us know about some exotic carps. So here some of the exotic carps. Exotic carps means these are also fin fishes which are native of foreign countries like China, Russia, etc. So they are imported fishes. So here some of the exotic carps are Cyprinus carpio, grass carp, silver carp and anguilla fish. So let us first know about Cyprinus carpio. So Cyprinus carpio. So Cyprinus carpio is commonly called common carp. It is an exotic carp imported from foreign countries. So it is a freshwater fish and it has a pair of barbels and it has pectoral fins, pelvic fins, dorsal fin, anal fin and caudal fin. You can observe here. So the color of the body is bronze to green colored, lighter below. So here the scales are visible and it can reach 5 feet long and weight over 80 pounds. So here the visible scales, the scales are cycloid and the fins, so presence of dorsal fin is long and presence of other fins like pectoral, pelvic, dorsal, anal and caudal fin. So it can be cultured by polyculture. So this is about the Cyprinus carpio, that is common carp. So next is grass carp. So it has elongated body form. So here you can see the large scales are silvery to grey with prominent dark edge. So cross hatched effect this. So here body is, that is broad, elongated body. So head is blunt head with slight downturned mouth, and here barbels are absent. So there is no barbels here. So body has dark olive shading with brownish yellow sides and white belly, and presence of pointed dorsal fin with 8 to 10 soft raceum, and caudal fin is forked, and pectoral fin fairly small. So maximum length is 150 centimeter and a good source of protein, and it is highly growing species. So it get proper food weight will be 4.5 kg per year. Okay, so this is about the grass carp. It is an exotic carp. Then next one is silver carp. So silver carp body is stout and compressed with a sharp keel from throat to vent. So head rather small, post operculum with radiate streaks. So snout blunt and rounded anteriorly. So mouth is terminal, lower jaw slightly less longer than the upper jaws. So dorsal fin is short, and here the slightly behind the presence of pelvic fin and presence of small scales. So the body color is silvery white with the blood red spots on the body. It is a considerable economic importance as a source of protein, and this carp is a primary consumer and breeds well in captivity. This species is available in Bangladesh. Okay, so this is about the silver carp. So next is anguilla. So anguilla is common name is eel fish. It lives in freshwater and brackish water. It has snake-like body. So you can see here it has a snake-like body with dark brown color. Scales are minute and are present inside the skin. So presence of dorsal and ventral fins. They are long and are continuous with the caudal fin. The pectoral fin are small and the pelvic fins are absent. So gill opening near the base of pectoral fin. It is a food fish. Its skin is involved in respiration both in the air and water. So it exhibits catadromous migration, that is migration from fresh water to the sea for breeding. So this is about anguilla or eel fish. So let us know about the economic importance of the fishes. So here economic importance of fishes, which gives many importance. So fishes have always been an important species to man. So fishes enjoys specially consideration in human civilization for its food, cooking and nutrition value. So here some of the importance like protein value, nutritional value, use of fish in medicine, alternative feed value, industrially used fish product, biological control, ornamental fishes. So let us first know about protein value. So the protein value in this fish flesh contains 15 to 30% of protein, a higher percentage than the flesh of usual domestic animal reared for meat. So fisheries produce about 35% of the world's animal protein. So fish protein is superior to egg, milk and beef protein. Then the nutritional value. So fish meal contains all the 10 essential amino acids and is also an important source of calcium, phosphorus, potassium, iron, copper and vitamin A and vitamin D. So this way feeding on a fish diet can reduce malnutrition when other feeds are not found or desired. So next, use of fish in medicine. So fishes are used to extract insulin. When insulin of lower concentration is required for treatment, fish insulin can be used. Fishes are generally low in sugar content and they can be refreshed by diabetic patients. So next, alternative feed value. So here alternately using fishes, fish can be feed as the alternative feed instead of feeding cereal, grains and legumes, as fish can fulfill the deficiencies they are seen with them. So here alternatively feed value, that is the fish can be used alternative feeding. So next, industrial used fish product. So industrially here using fish oil that is in shark oil. Shark oil is rich in unsaponificable substances. So here using fish oil and fish flour. So fish flour, it is superior quality of fish meat. It is considerable as an ideal protein source to supply to diets of both adult and infant animals. And fish manure. So fish manure is a byproduct of fish glue industry and also fish oil industry. So fish glue means here it is obtained from trimming bones and skin of fish. It is considered as a superior adhesive. Okay, then next. So biological control. So fish species such as the Gambusia are used in the control of a mosquito population. So in that also using fishes and also ornamental fishes. So that you already know the fish aquarium and display kept in the houses. So fishes are used as ornamental also. Okay, so this is about the economic importance of fishes. So thank you.